Let me tell you the story of Richard and Ronald. Richard graduated from Harvard, landed a job as an executive at a big corporation. In a few years, he lived in a mansion with 2 swimming pools, 2 elevators, 11 bedrooms, and a 7-car garage. On the other end, Ronald was a gas station attendant, worked as a mechanic, and after retiring he got a part-time job as a janitor. Let me ask you, which one of these men do you think had a net worth of $8 million at the time of their death? And I know what you're thinking, but the correct answer is Ronald. Ronald Reed, the part-time janitor. Did he win the lottery? Nope. He lived his entire life frugally while quietly investing any extra income he could save in the stock market and then holding his positions for decades. The moral of the story is that you do not need a PhD in finance and economics to get rich, and you certainly don't need to earn a massive paycheck to become a millionaire. The reality is that knowing how to do something isn't enough. Why? Because the world is not black and white. And you also need to battle against your internal emotions, which will influence every response. And the same applies to money. We're taught about money in ways that are way too much like physics, with rules and laws and not enough psychology. The author believes that's exactly where the secret to getting rich is, in the psychology of money. Let's dive right into the book to see how you can be more like Ronald and less like Richard. Smash the like button and let's dig into it. Takeaway number 1. No one is crazy, aka. Everyone looks at money through the lens of their own past experiences. Everyone has a unique idea of how the world works, and this view is influenced by a unique set of values, circumstances, and external influences. For example, someone who was born in the 50s saw a flat stock market during their 20s, but someone born in their 70s saw the stock market increase during their teens and 20s. So which generation is more likely to have a bullish view on the stock market? Their view of the stock market is different because it was formed in a different world. And the same applies to you. You're not a spreadsheet, you're a person. You're a screwed up, emotional new person. Your reality is your reality. And it's neither correct nor wrong. It's just different from person to person. So always keep that in the back of your mind, and especially when someone is giving you financial advice, take away. Takeaway number 2, be reasonable, not rational. In other words, don't aim to be cold or rational, aim to be just pretty reasonable. You might have heard people saying that if you want to be a successful investor, you need to be rational. According to the author, being rational means being passionless, and it means you might sell a stock when it's going down, instead of keeping it and making more in the long run. This is John. He's a man who bought some stock back in 2007. Just a year later, the stock was worth less. And if John is purely rational, he would have probably sold it all. The economy had crashed and things didn't look so good. However, John didn't sell.